this is Coach Brian from Cause Events, and this is Coach's Corner. So one of the things that we're going to do today is something a little different, something we haven't done before. We've talked about wetsuits a lot, more than almost reasonably should be talked about, but it's a big subject. So now we're going to talk about trimming your wetsuit. So not all wetsuits are wetsuits that you can trim because they have a finished edge. For example, we'll look at this one here, how this has a nice finished edge around the sleeve, and it's got a semi-finished edge around the leg. Now when I race in a spring suit like this. It's a shorty. It's not very much to it. It's thin. It offers a little thermal protection and cuts down some of the drag in the water. I don't want to be spending a lot of time taking off a wetsuit, and this comes off really fast. Anyway, so I've got this suit, that I race in, but it's getting old. It's starting to wear around the neck a little bit, and I'm not going to be wearing that much longer. Maybe I'll get another season out of it. But what I did do is I got a sleeveless full length suit. Now, I asked Glenn from Xterra a few months back, why don't you make a spring suit anymore? I said, I've seen them in pictures, and they're Xterras, they're short legs. And he said, just trim it. We designed them to be trimmed. Now, this leg is not a finished end. It's just bitter cut. And so what I'm going to do today is I'm going to trim this to where it's a little shorter, where I can get off. I don't have to make it this short to get off fast, but I can cut probably about a foot off the legs, which will bring it up probably below my knees, give me a little bit more buoyancy. Now this is 2 millimeters, this is 3. So I'm going to get a little more buoyancy out of this, and I'll be able to race in this just fine in the coming year. So I'm going to go put this on, and then we're going to see about where I need to trim it, because you actually have to have it on to determine where you're going to trim it. So I'll be right back. Now I have my wetsuit on. So by putting my wetsuit on, I can adjust it to how it's most comfortably going to fit me. And then we can determine from this where on my legs I want this thing to fall. Do I want it to go above the knees like my shorty would be? Or do I want it to go a little farther down? And I think I'm going to go a little farther down simply because it's nice to have a little bit of that buoyancy. And since I don't want to shave my legs all the time, I've done it before to cut drag down, but I don't want to do it all the time. So I will keep them a little longer, and it will cut down on the drag when I'm swimming. And those are things that you have to remember. Okay, so now we're looking. So now we're looking at the length of these, and what you want to make sure is that you have these legs pulled up, and you have everything comfortable for your fit before you make a mark on these things. And the nice, I'm short, so these are going to come in long anyway, and I'm going to need to trim them. Now the key is I only have to trim one leg. Okay, so I'll take a look, and I'm thinking I am going to want to have my just below the knee here. I'm going to want to trim it down here. So I'm going to take my Sharpie, and I'm going to make a mark there. Now I only have to make a mark on one leg because I'm going to measure everything, and then I'm going to mark the other leg after I've measured everything. I'm going to have everything done really nice. So I found my mark here on this leg. And if you'll note that these are cut at an angle, I'm not going to cut this at an angle. I'm going to keep this going straight across. So first thing is I need to mark the line straight across. And I'm not going to do this leg until I do this leg. So I'm going to use this leg to get this leg right. So just a regular pair of scissors. It's not hard cutting. And one leg. And so now I will move this over here to this side. Now what I'm going to do is, now that it's lined up pretty evenly, I'm going to move it down just about a 16th of an inch, so that I'm just going to mark it in two spots. And the reason for that is because the width of the line. I want them to be as accurate or close as possible. But to be honestly, nobody's going to notice this. And so I mark that across. And if you're off by a 16th of an inch, nobody will ever notice it, not even you. And just keeping it as close together as possible, just slice along. And there you have it. Line those up. Now we've got it trimmed, and by not putting it on again, I can just kind of guess where it's going to look good. But you know what? I think I'll put it on again just to see if I got it right. Okay, now, so that's where the length is, and I'm gonna be trying this out before I make any more cutting. I'm really pleased with where this length is now. We'll see how that suits me, but this is going to come off really fast, and let's just take a look at how fast I can get this off in a rapid situation. Now, normally suits take forever to get off. And there you have it. I'm always very clock oriented when it comes to transition, so getting this thing off in under 10 seconds to me is the best bet. And you saw how fast that came off. You heard the zipper. Once you hear the rip of the Velcro and then the zipper, you know that it's time. And this comes off nice and easy. That's what it takes to trim a wetsuit. It's not hard. If you got the legs are a little too long for you, trim them up. You could go above the knees. The Phelps suit here, that's above the knees. That's up on the thigh. It's right around where your jammers might go. So you could go that short, and you lose a little buoyancy in the leg. And if that's important to you, it's not really important to me. But I'm going to try it this way. I'm going to see how I like it. Go out swimming, and maybe and see how that works out for me. Okay, so that's it. This is Coach Brian from Coach's Corner. Leave a comment, subscribe, hit the like button. I look at all the comments, and if you have suggestions of something else you'd like to see, I've got a number of projects lined up, but I'm always looking for new ideas. So with that, I want to say have a great day and Happy New Year.